And well, chips. In the wise, immortal words of Macho Man Randy Savage, chips indeed. Chips and semiconductors. We're talking about AMD, a huge component of the S&P 500. Welcome, everybody, to Quintessential Stocks Morning. What would I do with AMD? Well, they got dinged on Friday. Morgan Stanley came out with some economic news, little economic opinion about AMD, chips, semiconductors, the sector, and it wasn't kind on Friday for the way AMD traded. So AMD went into the weekend down. It went lower, and that makes sense. Now, reason why I would play this, and I'd play it a bit bullish, a bit conservative. I would buy a call. Not necessarily just shares. I would buy a call. I wouldn't be thwarted. I wouldn't be deterred. I wouldn't put all, I wouldn't, I'd be, be judicious, buy a call, buy a few calls. Don't use any money ever that you can't afford to lose. Don't ever, always diversify, never make, your play of the day, your play of the decade, all of the usual, I'm not saying this is, the windfall, but it's a play. It may not be for the whole week. It may be. I wouldn't play it for this week's expiry for Friday. I would play it for late in June. I looked at the chain. I like June, not the June monthlies. I like the last week of June. I like June 23rd, which would be 6 weeks from now. Ish, on that Friday, not even the last Friday of June, right? June 23rd is what I saw on the chain. And I liked what I saw there. I mean, anywhere around there is fine. I landed there. I liked what I saw. I saw that as of Friday's close, you could get a call there. You could get a contract, a 100 call. It's trading closer to $95 and a few cents. I think right now in the pre-market, somewhere between $95 and maybe $95.25. But again, that's after getting dinged on Friday, and I think it's going to rebound. And I've kind of buried the lead. Where I think it's going to rebound is, I told you why it fell on Friday. Why I think it might rebound today is that Morgan Stanley themselves, who had their report on Friday that dropped the price of the stock during the weekend, said that they believe specifically AMD has a bigger opportunity perhaps than previously thought in the AI space. So they may have a larger footprint within AI, and as a result, I think, AMD was going to come back anyway. It's not going anywhere, but great report over the weekend, and I think once AMD is done with its cycle of dropping, I think maybe as soon as the open, which happens in minutes, I think AMD will pop right back up. Certainly it will, obviously, by June 23rd, which is why I think the call is, you're never going to call options safe, but the call is a safe enough thing to do. So I would buy, if you can get it near Friday's close, $3.53, $3.65, somewhere in that mid-3 range, which, as we know, because a call contract controls 100 shares of stock, that means each of these call contracts is, you'd probably get it for about, like I say, $353, $365. Put that into a 100 call for AMD. And again, if you like what you see, 10:15 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning, if that's enough for you, if you see a 15% gain and you want it, take it. You are not obligated to stay in until expiry on June 23rd, but by getting a June 23rd, for example, or anything like that, early June, mid-June, early July, whatever you want, but by buying it a month or two out, you do get the leeway, you do get the flexibility, all that. So that's my play for the day, is I think AMD's on its way back up. I would not be afraid to buy a call about 6 weeks out. I would not be afraid going up to 100, and I'd watch it though. I would watch it this morning on the open. I would watch it for the morning, for the first hour, and if you like what you see, don't be greedy, just mash the button, take the gain, get out, on to the next one. AMD, June 23rd. 100 call. Get it as close as you can to 365. Hopefully it works out for you. And that's Quintessential Stocks Morning for today, Monday, May 15th, 2023.